ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around
Tipo,
them.
focar no Genshin eu não consigo, velho. Não. Eu fico assistindo. Mas é normal, né, mano? É, velho.
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted.
Cara, tô tentando mexer. Uhum. Uhum. Rapaziada, eu já iniciei a live já aqui. Já eu começo a jogar porque eu tô resolvendo o problema da thumb, essas coisas, é uma demora.
Only by ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around them.
Pra rapaziada que estiver assistindo aí, é o seguinte. A thumb não vai ser igual vocês estão pensando. Vai ser uma thumb mó louca aqui. Vambora. Vai ser engraçado isso aqui.
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted.
Tá. Acho que eu consegui salvar as alterações, né? Aqui. Deixa eu entrar aqui no YouTube pra mim ver se a live tá funcionando, né? Porque... Aí. Vambora, né, Honda?
Let me slide. Don't be scared. Positions.
chama o nome mesmo? Você tava com os itens necessários pra poder upar ela. A flor que ela precisa, o item dos bichos que você mata pelo mundo. Ó, só que aí é que tá. Aham, pro level 40. Então, agora os itens que você vai precisar pegar é tudo... Não. É os mesmos itens, só vai mudar o item de boss, tá ligado?
Shadows of fate. Positions.
Evento cronológico, deixa eu ver qual que é aqui pra mim falar pra ele. Ah, esse é bom você fazer, mano. Vai pegar bastante gema. E é aqueles personagens que você usa. Não, você usa os que tem pra testar. Aham. Não, você tem que usar os personagens que o jogo te empresta ali, tá ligado? Pra fazer o evento. Aí ele vai te explicar, o evento é o seguinte. Tu tem que encher uma barrinha que tem ali. Aí você vai usar aquela habilidade pra ver as fraquezas dos inimigos, vamos dizer assim. Aí eles morrem instantaneamente e você ganha alma, vamos dizer assim. Aí você faz uma pontuação boa. Aí você ganha uns itens, tá ligado? Tipo, as recompensas. Ali, mano, é 60 gemas cada bagulho que você faz. E tem acho que 9, então 60 vezes 9 dá quanto? Não sei, vou explicar comigo. Ah não, eu acho que. Eu acho que é 540 gemas, eu acho. É 9 desafios, né? É, tá certo mesmo o que eu falei. 540 gemas. Porque 6 vezes 9 não é 54? É, então tá certo. Me atrapalhei um pouco por causa de ser 9 desafios, mas aí deu pra entender mais ou menos. Tá, eu fiz os 3 vezes, né, que é multiplicador. Agora eu vou fazer as missões diárias. E eu vou fazer o seguinte. Eu vou fazer o... Antes de começar a farmar gema, na verdade eu vou estar farmando gema, só que eu vou fazer um bagulho primeiro. Eu vou fazer a missão lendária da Shogun. A segunda. Pra me liberar o boss dela. Pra mim poder farmar item pra poder upar os talentos da Nilou pro nível 9. Só complicação, Roda. Ai, ai. Tá fazendo um evento, né? É sim. Ah, o jogo só me complica, velho. Beleza. Deixa eu... Você tá de brincadeira que não funcionou. Olha esse jogo, velho.
Don't be scared.
540.
Shadows of...
'Bora. Beleza. Uma dica, vamos dizer assim, chamar de dica. Quando você encher a barrinha, se tiver muito pouco, tipo assim, tiver 2, 3 inimigos só, mata eles pra spawnar mais e você pegar mais alma, tá ligado? Usando aquela habilidade lá. Porque senão você gasta em 2 inimigos, velho. Aí você não pega pontuação nenhuma.
Let me scry.
É, tipo, mais alma você coleta, tá ligado?
Stay put. Delve into destiny.
Vamos ver aqui. Fora essas missões diárias, cada uma numa ponta do mapa. Não pode reclamar, né? Tô ganhando gema pra dar tiro, então. Mas é muito pouco, velho. Se os caras aumentassem pra 20 cada um e ganhassem 40, seria interessante, mas os caras nunca vão fazer isso. Então. Fazer o que, né? Beleza. Uhum.
Take a deep breath, as if you're about to blow up a huge balloon. Exhale all your sleepiness into it, and then, poof! It's now flying away.
Fala aí.
First, get into position like this.
Não, eu sei disso, Rona. O abismo espiral, velho,
And move like
é
that.
perfeito, mano.
Yep,
Tipo,
that's it.
só que você sabe qual que é o problema aqui pra mim, no momento? Por exemplo, eu tenho uma comp, tipo assim, eu tenho um time, mas esse time, nesse momento, ele tá pra um lado do abismo, tipo assim, pra um piso. Vamos dizer assim, pra segunda parte. O time que é pra primeira, eu não tenho. Tipo assim, porque a primeira parte, os inimigos são de água. Vamos dizer assim, pra gelo e tal. E os meus personagens são de água, ou seja, não é muito benéfico pra mim lutar contra eles desse jeito. Tá ligado?
Written in the stars. Ready, go! This dance is for you.
Tá ligado? Então, o certo nesse momento, por exemplo, eu tenho o time da Yaimiko e seria bom ter um dendro nesse time. Aí o que eu poderia fazer? O viajante, ele já tá nível alto, certo? O meu viajante. Se eu conseguir o Alhaithan... Aham, é.
Let me see.
Sim.
You play.
Só que aí é que tá.
With all my strength.
Se eu conseguisse pegar o Alhaithan,
What a
eu
lovely
poderia
surprise.
transferir ele como DPS para esse time aqui, no lugar do viajante, e passaria o viajante pro lado da Yaimiko. Ele já tá upado, então, né,
Delve into depth.
seria bom. Então, você entendeu a parada que eu quero fazer? Então é isso, mano, tá ligado? Porque aí, o que vai acontecer? Eu vou deixar de, tipo assim... Eu tenho outros dois dendros já. Só que aí é o bagulho. Se eu for ter que upar desde o começo outro dendro, eu vou gastar muito recurso. Eu vou ter que farmar muito, tá ligado? Então, é melhor eu pegar um personagem que realmente eu vou usar nessa comp de cima, Não, de baixo, né? E eu já pego o viajante, que é o Aether, e passo ele pra de baixo. Um personagem a menos pra upar. Só que aí tem aquilo. Deixa eu até ver aqui. Ah, não, tá certo, tá certo. Beleza. Eu vou começar a fazer a missão lendária da Shogun agora. Ela vai dar gema, então é certo.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that...
The Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Towns are attacking the roots of the sacred Sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with the sacred Sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already? Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred Sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Town's attacks, their main priority is to protect the civilian population. So they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available... The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Towns has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation. You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more... I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't...
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra.
Ad Astra... Thank you for
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them! Don't be scared!
Scatter! Propagate!
Shadows of Fate!
Terminate!
Stay put! Positions!
Fate is upon you!
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryu Commission needed help! Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
Rapaziada, já vejo o comentário aí, beleza? Tamo junto, hein?
All eyes on me!
Hey, go away! Don't be scared!
Só esperar um pouquinho, rapaziada, que já tô vendo o comentário.
Torn to oblivion.
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Boa tarde, Ivan. Beleza, mano? E aí, Ivan? Como é que você tá, mano? Tá de boa? E as lives de Wild Rift? É, cara, faz tempo que nós não faz, hein, mano? Faz um mês já. Hoje, mano, não vai dar pra fazer, mas amanhã eu acho que dá pra fazer uma livezinha de Wild Rift, hein? Pra nós fazer aquela gameplay massa. Top. Beleza? Vou ver se eu consigo, tá ligado?
It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
É, a noite não vai dar pra fazer hoje, beleza, Van? Mas eu acho que amanhã vai. Porque normalmente a rapaziada tá mais online de noite, né? Aí é mais fácil fazer de noite, mano. Beleza? É nóis, hein? Só agradeço você aí, mano. Tamo junto.
Okay,
Bora.
sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rifthounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission.
Não conheço esse jogo. Como joga? Tem uma história por trás? Cara,
But rifthounds
eu falar pra
attacking
tu,
the
velho.
sacred Sakura.
Eu não sei explicar nada de jogo, irmão.
It brings
Mas
back
falar
bad
pra
memories
você,
of that
Van,
terrible disaster.
esse jogo aqui, mano, ele no momento é inzerável por quê? O jogo ainda não tem um final. Porque a cada atualização aumenta o mapa, tipo, tem uma expansão de mapa, tem personagens novos, tem uma nova parte da história. Tá ligado? Esse jogo aqui, mano, a história é dois irmãos que lutaram contra uma deusa, vamos dizer. E os dois foram separados, tá ligado? Agora, esse personagem aqui, ele... O final da jornada dele vai ser quando a irmã dele voltar pro lado dele. Tá ligado? E pra piorar, no meio da história você descobre que ela tá do lado inimigo, ou seja, é uma guerra, vamos dizer assim. Aí é foda, tá ligado? Coisa de louco, mano. Jogo inzerável. Mas é interessante? Muito foda. Jogo muito foda. Muito foda.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land.
Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build, the monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures will...
Cara, sábado e domingo normalmente eu não faço live, velho. Tipo, sei lá, mano. Não consigo. Também praticamente não dá, tá ligado? Daria pra fazer de noite assim, mas não sei.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby.
Daria pra fazer essa live sim, mano, mas não muito, velho. Um sábado sim, um sábado não, tá ligado? Domingo, mesma coisa. Bem difícil.
Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Ah, tá, entendi os vestígios agora. Esses bagulho azul. Isso aqui é subindo? Não, acho que é descendo mesmo. Vambora.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts. What? Why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
Tá, vambora.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them.
Jogo de terror, mano? Não sou muito chegado em jogo de terror não, mano. Prefiro de guerra, tiroteio, explosão, tá ligado? Sou mais desses, mano. Tipo um Battlefield. Tá ligado?
You don't know?
Fala aí, tô ouvindo. Ah, mas falar pra tu? Call of Duty também. Mas fala pra tu, Ova. Call of Duty, velho, eu não tenho instalado, mano. Eu tenho o Battlefield 2042, velho. Instalei, mas não joguei ainda, tá ligado? Tipo, eu instalei de novo, mas não joguei.
Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll
What? Look!
Not right now, but they'll be back. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for, but if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
Tem Rainbow Six também. Ah! Rainbow Six eu instalei, velho, de novo. Até poderia fazer uma live jogando. Você não joga Rainbow Six, né, Honda? Ou você já jogou?
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun.
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
Mas eu te falo, Luva. Tem o Standoff 2. Cara, esse jogo aí não. Sei lá, não consigo não, velho. E também meu celular já não tem espaço pra baixar nada, velho, praticamente.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Tevat. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day. Both. Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time. Powerless. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize, when I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss. But just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to kill all those who sacrificed themselves back then, gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping as Inazuma's god. It is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land. Your noble soul, I will never forget you. And all that you did for
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep in...
Velho. Show 1 pode parecer uma pessoa, mas é de um jeito, mas também sofreu com a guerra. Isso é louco. Ali os inimigos ali, ó. Travamos o jogo.
As expected, there are a load of Rifthounds here too.
Leave them to me.
Ah, jogo, você emprestando a Shogun pra mim jogar, nossa, que honra, velho. Você é louco. Vambora. Melhor personagem de todos, não adianta. Forte absurdamente. Olha isso. Não se compara com os personagens que eu tô usando. Praticamente. É claro, né? Aqui ela tá muito bufada, velho. Nossa, 27k de dano com uma porrada, isso é louco. Que isso. O Shogun é forte demais. Mas é claro. Aqui quando o personagem pra testar, né, Honda? O personagem vem bufadaço, velho. Absurdo. Agora os meus personagens não estão com os artefatos mexidos. Certo, não tá com as builds boas, você é louco. Não chega nem perto.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go!
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this...
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to... Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off...
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about...
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of...
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the... It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's...
I see. So, they have fought. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me.
Peraí, alguém comentou alguma coisa? Não. Beleza.
And now the almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then? People flee out of a desire to live on, and the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business. But me, I have no such thoughts. The almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, one thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they... So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after... But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hope... Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. Truly, one moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea is a...
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. And the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right...
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described bride didn't sound anything.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty...
Indeed we did. It was, in her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings. They are similar. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more... An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something in... To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about... I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom, but in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be...
It's quite beautiful.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of...
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too...
Scry the sky. He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or, perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long.
So we didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing... The tea is ready. Please... So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it. You're right. But the things... I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But the events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from—
She died in that disaster?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, but this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps, yes, it was too late. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miracle. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is... But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Sister? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems...
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma. So...
Oh, well, boy. Both of you have...
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last. once again.
Hey, are you sure you're...
Fear not. Fight. Shine down. Illusion shattered.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Shine down. There is no escape. Remove all obstacles.
Não.
Illusion
Eu
shattered.
tô na missão da Shogun ainda, velho. É porque tem muito diálogo, tá ligado? E é legal ver a história, tá ligado, do jogo.
Torn to oblivion.
Eu não pulo a história. Claro, né? Quando é missão lendária que conta a história do personagem, claro, né? Que eu não vou pular, não sou louco.
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your... We'll deal with them. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men. They're coming back for more.
Don't. It's too
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for us to honor that.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Spring forth! Let me scribe! Ha! Go get it, Uruguay! Stay put! Huh. Yeah. Dance with the waves!
Here!
Oh, yeah, hit! Oh, don't be scared! All my strength!
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay? Maybe...
I'm fine. I feel much better.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring.
The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you...
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them... We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any...
Just leave it to us. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty...
Oh, thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I...
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live. With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the tragedy, I overlooked their splendor. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, you could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later...
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is my basic duty as Inazuma's Archon. And I used to think just like that samurai. That I was first and foremost... But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like... Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to...
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time. But no matter how long it takes, I am committed to... Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does... I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origin...
Alrighty then. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions. She seems to have changed a lot since we last met. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up! What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body... I can't move it. It looks like... the situation... No need. I need to go to the cave below the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. One where I shall sever ties with the past.
Eu acho que é agora, finalmente vai ter a luta. Pelo que parece vai ser a batalha agora, monstruosa. Vamos ver, né? O bagulho tá em... Eu vou teleportar lá pra cima, porque aí fica mais fácil de ver esse bagulho. Agora a pergunta é como é que entra aqui, velho? Será que tem alguma dica no jogo que mostra como é que faz isso? Ixi, agora eu travei nessa parte porque eu não... Será que eu tenho que ter algum personagem de raio? Cara, agora me arrebentou, velho. Não, é que tu não tá entendendo o bagulho, Honda.
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Aqui tem uma parede. Só que aí é que tá, eu não consigo passar por ela, velho. Eu não sei o que... Não, não é. Eu vou até olhar na internet, porque eu não sei, velho, o que tem que fazer pra passar por essa parede. Tem alguma coisa errada, velho. Alguma coisa que eu esqueci. Miss... Cara, não... Eu não sei, velho, o que tem que fazer pra abrir essa porta. Deixa eu testar o bagulho lá que você falou do... Pegar uma personagem de vento pra ver, mas... Não faz diferença. Não, velho. Mano, tem alguma coisa que tem que fazer no jogo que eu não fiz, velho. Provavelmente. Mas agora o que é, mano, que eu não fiz, tá ligado? Em Inazuma. Nossa, cara, agora complicou, velho. Agora eu tenho que descobrir o que eu não fiz desse jogo pra essa porta tá fechada. Isso só complica, velho. Mano, o que será que eu não fiz, velho, no jogo, velho, pra poder abrir essa porta? Deixa eu ver aqui. Genshin Impact.
Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over...
Então, primeiramente, aqui os pré-requisitos, você vai ter que fazer a nova missão da Raiden Shogun, né, a parte 2 da missão dela. E o ranking mínimo de aventura é o ranking 40 para fazer essa missão. Fica numa caverna aqui, debaixo do grande santuário Narukami. No mesmo local que a gente joga aqui na missão. É esse boss na verdade e vai desbloquear também essa batalha. Esse boss fica numa caverna aqui, debaixo do grande santuário Narukami. No mesmo local que a gente
Embellishing that fate only leads to misconception.
Primeiramente, falando da conquista secreta, para você ganhar a conquista secreta, você tem que esperar a Raiden usar esse ataque para que ficar mais dano nela. Essa é uma batalha bem difícil e os ataques da Raiden são bem fortes.
Olá, bem-vindos a Genshin! Hoje estamos aqui de frente para a entrada do portal.
E aí, pessoal,
Fate is called as such, for it cannot be changed, nor can it be reversed. It can only but be accepted.
Cara, eu não tô achando, velho. Dica nenhuma de tipo onde você consegue abrir essa porta, tá ligado? Ah, tá. Eu acho que eu achei um. Vamos ver, né? É, eu acho que eu achei sim. Ixi. Deixa eu ver onde que tá a entrada pra caverna. É aqui, né? Ah, achei. Aham. Nossa, o bagulho fica numa ilha flutuante, mano, que fica do lado. Tipo, eu não tinha reparado. Eu só vi agora no vídeo. Nossa, velho. Mano, se eu ficasse aqui andando, eu não ia encontrar isso aqui, velho. Eu não ia ver, mano. Chega até a ser engraçado, velho. Mano, eu não ia achar isso nunca, cara. Eu ia ficar uma eternidade procurando.
We're finally here.
Do jeito que eu sou, vixe, até eu achar alguma coisa demora. Ainda bem que eu achei um vídeo, é de gringo. Nem brasileiro fez vídeo isso. Que bosta. Tá bom.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
It's getting worse. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. The entrance. It looks like she will no longer allow me.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Mako?
Agora vai começar a luta, pelo jeito. É a única hipótese que eu tenho, mas vambora. Agora vai começar. E ela é forte, né? É fraca não. Vai ser engraçado isso aqui.
Whoa. This place. Look, it's another A.
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that the...
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your present self is correct, don't you? But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by irreversible erosion? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just...
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became hostile in her eyes. But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and stuff, but not like this! It's a bit extreme! Hey, showdown with the Shogun? Never thought we'd see that day!
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself is the manifestation of my past ideals. The very I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the best for Ina's...
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits Ei's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion, determination, courage, love, hatred. All of these will be degraded and distorted. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced. Till your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did.
Ô, Honda. A Raiden Shogun lutando contra a Raiden Shogun, cara. Que loucura que tá acontecendo aqui, velho. Chega a ser bizarro. Tá ligado? É.
As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Excellent. Your verdict is decided. To oblivion. It's long, a fleeting shadow. Shine down, weak, pathetic. Absurd. Be gone. Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal. The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcending. There is no escape. Now you shall perish. Weak. Evasion is
Mano,
evil. Erase
que
all threats.
loucura, velho.
Ymir crumbles before me.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain?
How the heck?
In this realm of she was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger than any other living beings, including...
Then, does that mean this is gonna be...
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. The future I shall forge will be a grand under... If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter how many times we must... 500 years ago, humanity proved their strength in battle. Here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices, tear them out like the diseased wood of an old sakura tree, so that new, healthy branches might spring to life in their place. It is about time that I learn to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke are true eternity, a short moment for which the Shogun does not exist, I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. However long the battle may last, I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall one day return. This, during my absence, I place everything in Miko's hands.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A in the She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult situations. What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen, and then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last time. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen to A while she's in there. Oh, but we all... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Okay. Oh, you're right. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness realm playing thingies more than we do, but there's no...
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the...
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand? Nitpicking my turns of phrase.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable, presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible goal that requires nothing short of the very peak of her abilities. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such a child sometimes. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave...
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose.
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm of... All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard, it's a little different from A's plane of euthymia.
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things. First things first. Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how... To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm A's familiar, so I can sense her rough whereabouts. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send...
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is, but you...
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Right now, she is surrounded. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that's at... This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your consciousness in a
What? Alright, well, I might stay here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So... Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily chaotic that... By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt... Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination. Well then, the door is open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'll be ready to respond if anything happens. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Nico, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500 years. Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy that we see, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will of man, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Shine down. Witness the final calamity. There is no escape. Inferior. This, I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and... But a will that cannot be eroded has... You need not worry about the future. And I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, yet my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gate, and whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Musou Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe. When I clasped Musou Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by me. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your... I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change, but as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you— Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never... Everything happened so suddenly. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any... In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, but I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Ina. Here, take it. Before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more... Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity...
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. Ah, so that was the Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without... And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power.
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura. But to me, it has always been that you've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness.
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even...
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly. You were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search, simply establishing... Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of... The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time...
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was a great shock to me when the trap... My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came for my sake. You too have my thanks. You have done...
A, how are you feeling?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to... After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't...
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the event. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I said.
Makoto said the exact same thing.
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work to be done. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. After that, I will abolish this.
Really?
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to.
Fala aí. Beleza, mano? Beleza? O cara é foda, né, velho? Cada coisa que esse cara inventa, né? Ai, ai, velho. Beleza, mano. É nice.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.
Yaimiko said nothing of the sort, and the traveler has some nerve some words are not to be passed. Trust me, you don't want to know the cost of betraying me.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people of Inazuma, but now I see that hers was a gaze full of delight and hope. It was not just a duty.
If the people of the past deserved the god's attention...
Indeed. No, many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
Ai, foi muito engraçado agora. Mas é isso. Nossa, eu cheguei no nível 7. Oxi. Caramba, nível 50. Que isso? Beleza. Agora que liberou o bagulho do Shogun, deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui. Agora chegou a hora, eu vou fazer nível 80, rapaziada. Rapaziada, essa live era destinada a uma gema para poder pegar o Alhaithan. Eu praticamente não farmei nenhuma. Só essa agora, porque a missão também é muito demorada. Beleza.
Fleeting shadow.
Illusions of our destructions. Shadows of fate.
Propagate.
Mano, ela mudou o padrão dos ataques, velho.
Shattered. Delve into death.
Ah, sai de brincadeira, velho. Agora ela mudou o padrão de todos os ataques dela pra piorar o meu jogo. Que foda, né? Mano, eu não dou dano.
Shadows of fate.
All desire can be broken.
Decided by destiny. This dance is for you.
Ela bloqueia até o tempo, velho.
This body is eternal. Purge all obstacles. In spirit.
Ah, beleza, 20 kills. Caramba, olha isso.
In spirit.
Hey, go away. Stay put.
Witness the final calamity.
Let me sky. Don't be scared.
Followed by blade.
Position.
In spirit. Eternity is in my hand.
Written in the stars. Here. Delved into destiny.
There is no escape.
Go, Gemas, Uruguay! Don't be scared! Let me scry. Decided by destiny. Hey, go away. Not for real.
Weak. That weak.
Mano, não dou dano nessa infeliz praticamente.
The eye sweeps the lands. Shattered.
All eyes on me.
Scatter!
Delve into destiny. Leave my space.
Inferior.
Uruguay. Positions.
Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
Shadows of fate. Hurt a little.
This body is eternal.
Germinate!
Purge all obstacles.
Written in the stars. Let me scry. Stay put. Ready, go! It's okay, I'm fine.
Purge all obstacles.
Yeah. With all my strength.
Propagate.
Don't be scared.
Witness the final calamity. Purge all obstacles.
Cara,
Delved into destiny.
Perish.
Uruguay.
Scatter!
Eternity is in my hands.
Stay put. You're getting heavy.
cara, que isso, velho. Não tem mais vida. Aí ferrou. Mano.
Followed by blade.
Scatter!
Perish.
Propagate! So!
Decided by destiny.
is nigh.
Propagate!
Destiny cannot be denied.
É, rapaziada. Shogun tá um pouco fora de controle, velho. Mano, eu não dou dano nenhum, velho. Mas também eu vacilei, mano. Aquele ataque lá era hit kill na certa, não tinha nem o que fazer. E ainda não tinha gastado os poderes pra poder tentar fazer dano, mas... Cê é louco. Esse é um boss, é o boss mais complicado que eu já tentei lutar, velho. Bizarro. Porque eu preciso dele pra Nilo ficar melhor. Vamos de novo.
Delve into death. Don't be scared.
Your verdict is decided.
Absurd. Let me scry. Delve into death.
Your verdict is decided.
Stay put.
Weak.
Germinate!
Absurd. Let me scry.
About distractions.
You play. You're up.
Shadows of...
Positions. Don't be scared.
This body is eternal.
Dance with the waves.
Spring forth!
Let me... Fate is upon you.
There is no escape.
Go away. You play. You're up.
Here, purge all obstacles.
Shadows of fate.
Witness the final calamity.
Scatter!
Nossa.
My reckoning has come.
Propagate!
Stay put.
Perish.
Scatter!
Eternity is in my hands. sweeps the lands. Shattered. Shadows of the...
Oh. Positions. Overhead. Hurt a little.
Pathetic. This body is eternal.
All eyes on me. Delved into destiny, written in the stars. Ready, go! You play. You're up.
Purge all obstacles. Inferior.
All my strength.
Witness the final calamity. Purge all obstacles. Perish.
Stay put.
Eternity is in my hands.
Gotta keep going.
Perish.
Propagate!
Positions.
Purge all obstacles.
Scatter! Propagate! Germinate!
Dance with the waves. Here. Hey, go away. You play. You're up.
Scatter!
Weak. Be gone. Evasion is futile.
With all my strength.
Absurd. The eye sweeps the land. Pathetic.
Scatter! Spring forth!
Stay put. With all my strength.
Strike dead. This body is eternal.
Propagate!
Don't be scared.
Inferior.
I got to. Go get him, you way.
Inferior.
You play. You're up.
Witness the final crumbles before me.
Consegui 2 itens. Bom, e hoje é quarta-feira, né? Vou farmar livro da Nilo, então. Aí depois eu vou ter que farmar um pouco dos cogumelos. Farmando os cogumelos eu já vou ter item pra poder upar. Tá. Monstat. Farmar o Praxis. Rapaziada, eu vou estar encerrando essa live por aqui. Muito obrigado a todo mundo que assistiu. Tamo junto, hein? É nóis. Valeu.